This photo plugin is basically cheating.
Don't play about that guap, boy.
This video is sponsored by Dehancer.
Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about the big D.
Huh?
Pause. Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about Dehancer, the film emulation plugin that literally turned my digital shots into analog magic. Like, you know, like that good film shit. Like you know what I mean when I say that good film shit. So basically, the big D reached out to your boy, and in return for this review, I will be getting the Dehancer software for free, basically. And yeah, that's pretty cool, and that would really help out in continuing to make, you know, really cool creative shit, and, you know, keep making really cool like photos, visuals, and just kind of seeing what I can do creatively, and just different types of ways I can manipulate like photos and videos, etc., to create like a really cool, unique visual. Alright, so according to Dehancer's website, Dehancer is film emulation software developed over a decade of lab-based research on genuine film stock. So film stock like Kodak, Fujifilm, Fujichrome, all of that. And yeah, so delivering an authentic analog look while offering tools for creative color grading. Dehancer has 60 plus film profiles, film grain, elation, bloom, print film options, film damage, overscan, you name it. Basically they got all of it. Like when I was using Dehancer, there's just so much film profile options. Like we talking Kodak Gold 200, we talking Lomochrome purple, we talking Fujichrome, Fujifilm, even we talking all these like Polaroid style film profiles. There's so much choice paralysis that is actually one thing that I really liked about it in a way, because the only limit is just your creativity. There is infinite creative possibilities when you're using this plugin, just from my experience so far. And yeah, this is one thing that I really actually liked about this plugin, trying it out. So since this is built from lab-based research, this is not like your typical like Instagram presets, you know, where you just slap that shit on and, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. This is that real film shit. Like just from my experience so far anyways, from what I've used, like if you're doing photos or you're doing videos, this is gonna really help you to actually get that film look that you're actually looking for. Alright, so the one thing that I really liked about the Dehancer is the fact that, like, so when I'm taking digital photos, like there's like digital photos are good and all of that, don't get me wrong, but it's just I always felt there's that one thing that I was missing, like that, I don't know how to describe it, that very colorful look, like that's effortless, like that retro vibe, that like film grain look. Like you, like photographers, like people that are creative, you understand what I'm talking about when you see these photos on Instagram and just in general. And yeah, with like when I use this Dehancer plugin, like just one profile click and just, you know, just adjusting the settings a little bit, I was able to achieve this with this plugin. So that's one thing that I found like that was really cool about this, honestly. So let's go to Lightroom Classic. Let's start from the beginning. Alright, so basically 2 seconds. Alright, so basically when you have Dehancer installed on your computer, it's gonna bring up something like this, and you're gonna have the different PDFs and the different installations for all of that. Read all that shit, set all that shit up, and then let's go into Lightroom. And yeah, so now when you're in Lightroom, and I forgot to mention that the PDFs and shit is really easy to install. Just have to read and just follow what they say. And yeah, so basically if you want to open up the Dehancer plugin, you're gonna right click on your photo and you're gonna click edit in, and then you press Dehancer Lightroom plugin. If you follow the steps in the PDF, etc., this should be easy to do. So yeah, so it's gonna ask you what do you want to do. Since I've already edited this image, you know what, let's go with an image that I have not edited before, just to show you a reference. So this is one of my friends, Jules, so you don't see what I'm talking about here. So this model, if I press Lightroom and I say edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments,
So once you hit that, it's gonna make a TIFF. So it's gonna ask you what format do you want to do here, and this is basically, you just keep it the way it is like this, because TIFF is gonna give it the highest quality. But when you're actually exporting it, export it in JPEG, even though they recommend TIFF, well, because it takes too much space. So you press edit, and this is where the magic happens. So now we are in the Dehancer interface, and yeah, so in the Dehancer interface, you can clearly see here, if you go into films, these are all, let me put that full screen. So these are all the film emulations that you can really do. So yeah, you can see they have a lot. They have Cinestill, Fuji, we got Fuji Chrome, we got Fuji Color, we got Superia, we got Kodak Gold 200 is one of the ones I actually used. And then yeah, you got Lomo Chrome Purple in there as well. Like, that's crazy shit. You got Polaroids, all of that basically here on the sides as well. So if you want to mess around with the contrast boosts, you can mess around with that shit here. But yeah, don't do too much or else you get that, like, you know, Instagram effect. If you want to undo, you go here. So what I'm looking for though is I want to show you this cool thing. So definitely want to use the film grains when you're doing it. You can turn this on and then mess around with the settings there. Asks you what mode, analog, noise, whatever. And halation is one of the important things I wanted to show you. If I don't have halation, this is how it looks. If you have halation, you see that it gives it that, like, you get me, that bloom. If you see the cross looking bloomy, all that shit. And then also want to turn on, yeah, so halation is when I'm bloom. This is what I was looking for. If I don't have bloom, looks like that. You have bloom, a bloom's a bit. You can bring the highlights of the bloom down, you can bring it up more, you can mess with the fusion of it. And to be fair, yeah, the settings already are really good, because they have really good, like for example, they might have it set to 100 when you like preset to 100, and normally what they've already said to kind of works, but obviously you want to mess around with it yourself to a degree. And what else do I need to show you around here? So like you can make your own preset. So if you press this plus button, whatever edits you made, if you press the plus, and then when you press plus, for example here, it would ask you to type it in, blah blah blah. You type in the name of what you want to call it, delete that, and then obviously you would add preset, but I'm not going to do that. And yeah, so anyways, that's basically just a quick rundown of the Dehancer interface on it. And from here, it's really just about you being super creative, messing around with this, the shadows, all this different stuff. You can play around with that. You can bring the shadows up, bring it down. If you want to undo that, you can undo that, and then cancel that. And yeah, I don't need that TIFF image, so I'm going to delete that. And yeah, that's just a quick run through.
Also, let me show you the Dehancer Online website that they have as well. So they got an iOS app, and Dehancer also has the Dehancer Online website. Basically, with the iOS app, you know, if you have an iPhone and let's say you're on the go and you want to edit your photos, you can hop onto the app, you know, start editing your photos, kind of like the way you have Adobe Lightroom, and you can just, you know, quickly make quick adjustments, do your halation, do your bloom, do your film profiles, and you know, it's ready to upload for Instagram, all that type of shit. And the Dehancer Online, basically what that is, let's say for example, like you don't have enough storage on your laptop for whatever reason to download the software, you can use the online version where you just go on the website and you can just upload your photos, your JPEGs, whatever it is, and then you can just edit it through there. Like they have all the film profiles on the Dehancer Online. They've also got you know, most of all the features that the actual software would have. So if you want to mess around with the bloom, the exposures, you want to manipulate the light, all of that shit, you can do all of that, and you can just save your photo in a TIFF, JPEG, whatever, and you're good to go basically, like without even getting the software. So that's something I just thought I'd also mention that is really handy to use as well.
The Dehancer Online interface as well. So you can use this if you are, you know, you don't want to download the software for whatever reason, or you just don't are not unable to, or maybe you're using a public computer or something. You come into here, and yeah, let me put this. Yeah, so you can see what I mean. So if I come into here, you can press add photo, and you can basically add a photo. So let me just quickly grab a photo to show you. So obviously, for some reason I don't think you can bring in raw files from what I'm seeing anyways, but yeah, if you mess around I probably figure out how to do that. But I'm just gonna bring this in as an example. So you bring in this JPEG image, wait for that to upload, and yeah, this is this is where the fun shit is, nigga. Oh shit, I don't think I'm supposed to say that on Instagram, on YouTube, innit? Anyways, so okay, so this I can already tell it's probably Lomachrome purple without even looking. So this shit look hard. So imagine the type of looks you can get using the Dehancer doing this. So you can mess around with the grain here. You can make this shit way more grainy if you want, and now you're getting a really aesthetic look. You can come into color, loads of different colors that you can mess around with, temperature and tint, as you can see there. You can mess around with the light, the brightness and contrast. You can mess around with the presets here. Zoom out, you can see the black and white films at the bottom as well. And yeah, so basically this is where you adjust exposure, contrast, temperature, tint. Color boost is very important sometimes. If you want to get really punchy vibes, I like messing around with color boost sometimes, but here I'm not gonna use color boost because I don't think that photo really needs it because I already edited it. But anyways, you can crop your photo as well if you wanted to, and then when you're done cropping it, you press apply obviously, and then when you're finished, you export here, and you can see you have the lossless file, which is the TIFF. You got the best quality JPEG 100%, or you got it optimized for web, maybe it's for a website, something like that. Boom, 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 download whichever one you need. It renders it, does the thing, boom, you download it. And just for the sake of showing you, I'm just gonna download it, and then when you click in it, boom, look at the masterpiece I just made. I mean, obviously I would edit that a bit better, but like this is just to show you an example. Like, look how cool that effect is. If you obviously edit it better, you know, mess around with the colors more, you get a really cool look basically. So this is Dehancer Online.
Alright, so let's quickly talk about what I really liked about the Dehancer and also what I didn't really like about it. So first of all, what I really liked about the Dehancer was the fact that you have real analog control. Like, you get film, you get film print emulation, you get that halation, you get bloom, you get all that good stuff basically, and you can mess around, tweak it a sense. Even they have this like push pull setting where it's like when you apply a film profile, you can push it and pull it like to really like bring out that film, if you get what I mean. But what I didn't really like about the Dehancer that low-key pissed me off was the fact that when you press the edit and you go in, when you press edit in the Dehancer plugin, it makes a copy file, like a TIFF copy file, and that's what you edit on. But the issue is when you save that or you click done with all your edits and you want to, maybe you made a mistake and you want to go back and edit it, you can't really do that. Like, what I found anyways was that you had to like, I had to just like basically overlay the edits I'd previous done and try and adjust it. But it's not really the same as just going back to the original photo I was editing and messing around with it and being able to re-edit it over and over until I'm satisfied with it. That, I don't know, maybe I just haven't figured it out yet, but that's one thing that low-key was kind of pissing me off using the software. But bar that, I really did enjoy using the plugin and will continue to be experimenting with it and trying out different ways to really push my creativity. So yeah, if you want to get in on this film analog flex, use my code tmoney for 10% off of every Dehancer product. So obviously that's gonna help you when you want to, like, you know, test out the softwares and stuff like that. So if this is something that is interesting to you and something that you're interested in trying out, use my code again. Code is tmoney for 10% off. And yeah, if you use my code, you know, your boy, you know, your boy's gonna get a little kickback, you know what I'm saying? But that's if you use my code. So I, you know, use my code, you know. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, it's definitely gonna help out. And yeah, it's just a little something to help you out, save some money when you're trying out the products as well. So yeah, so when you want to try out the Dehancer products, I'm gonna have the link in the description below. So when you use my code tmoney, you can click the link in the description and it will take you to the website where you can use it and try out all the products, etc. Try it out, you know, experiment, and you know, drop in the comments down below your experience of how you found using it when you're using it and how you got on, so you know I can reply, you know, help you out. Like if you have any questions as well, actually, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments down below. Any questions maybe that I didn't cover or stuff that you're still confused about, let me know, and you know, I'll do my best to try and help you out in the comments. So yeah, my name is Toby and I'm a fashion and commercial photographer slash videographer, and I work with individuals and brands, and basically I make content, photo visual content, to help them stand out online. And yeah, so if this is something interesting, and maybe you're a model and you're trying to get your portfolio work done and you need some photos, or you're just looking for individual portraits in general, or you're a brand and you have maybe a clothing brand, or you have an actual commerce brand like maybe watches, clothes, hats, whatever it is, reach out to me over on my Instagram at tmoneyeuro. My Instagram again is at tmoneyeuro, and you can follow me over on my Instagram for all the content that I don't be posting on my YouTube, like photos and all of that. And yeah, just to get a little more deep insight into what it's like doing this type of creative shit. Also follow me on my TikTok. My TikTok is also at tmoneyeuro. I'm trying to grow my TikTok a lot more. I've only recently started on TikTok, so help me get that TikTok up to 1K. So yeah, follow me on my TikTok. I'm gonna have all the links in the description to all my socials as well, so check them out and you know, drop a follow if you like what you see. I also dropped my first preset pack recently, and I'm gonna have the link in the description to where you can check out my preset pack if this is something you're interested in. And yeah, it's basically just the style I've been developing over the last couple of years. And yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, defo would help out, support the channel, will help me keep pursuing this creative thing. So yeah, defo would love if you could buy my presets and try them out on your photos, etc. My presets work on your raw photos. I design them for raw images, so if you're a photographer, creative, you can definitely use my presets as well. So yeah, make sure to drop a like and smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to run it up to 1,000 subscribers on this YouTube thing, so you know, help your boy out so I can keep making this creative content. And I really appreciate you watching this video, and hope that this information on Dehancer maybe made you want to try it out. And yeah, subscribe for more creative content as well. Definitely gonna be bringing a lot of more cool videos out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah.